Beyond the Ring, a podcast that covers all things in the stock show industry from the informative to the insane, starring Ryan Rash and Dale Hummel. Now on with the show.
Welcome to Beyond the Ring. This is Dale Hummel, physically alongside Ryan Rash at the OYE Livestock Show.
Hello, hello, hello. Dale, are you excited?
I am excited. This is an event that I hope we get people to tune in and see what this is all about. This is what needs to happen throughout the country.
I agree completely. We need to give a huge shout out to Walton Webcasting and Kennedy Ventures for letting us come Facebook Live for this event. Really appreciate them working with us, and they always do a great job, and we thank them for allowing us to be Facebook Live. And here is the guest of honor right now. That was perfect timing.
Just in time.
Well, good. I accidentally pulled into the reserve parking, and it was Bob Funk's spot, so I decided I'd better relocate. So
Might need to move.
I relocated and made it.
Excellent. We have with us Craig Beckmeyer, our Market Lamb Show judge. Craig is the livestock judging coach, animal science instructor at Lincoln Land College. A good friend, old friend of mine that I'm excited he's here.
He's way better looking and younger than you, Dale, so y'all can't be that old of friends.
Good point. Very good point.
We're pretty close.
Very, very good point.
Well, you're holding up better. We'll put it that way.
Craig just finished
Less stress.
the past 2 days sorting market lambs.
I did.
And Craig, and I had spoke a little bit here last week about him judging at OYE. Can you tell us just a little bit about this show and your thoughts? What were your thoughts coming in to sort this
Dale,
show?
it's a good question. I told you the story, so I'll tell the story again. I told my wife when I got done with Kansas City a few years ago, because it had been an awesome year. But I really did Denver and then Tulsa and then Kansas City. And I got home and I said, I miss a lot of home. It's been such an awesome experience. If I never judge another show, I'm okay. I enjoy it. I enjoy working with the kids, but I'm okay. I said, but if there's one that I've been waiting on that I just really would like the opportunity to do, it'd be this one. It'd be OYE. And obviously the Texas majors are incredible in their own right, but I got to do the females here twice, and I brought the judging team through the year that the Super Bowl had moved Houston back.
Yep.
And we actually got to swing through here on the way down. And we set probably up in 307 over there, about nosebleed, and I think those kids will never forget that, and I never forgot that, and it just was kind of like, man, if I can be a part of that opportunity, that would be real special. So when I got the phone call, I was excited. I was very excited. Of course, that was 720 days ago, and
so you've been waiting a little bit.
I have, and I'm an anxious judge. You'd think at my age, and it is well over 40 at this point in time, and I've been very blessed and fortunate to be experiencing so many of these. You would think I wouldn't worry and I wouldn't fret about things, but I think as a show parent, and how much time is spent in the barn and the effort that these people put into buying livestock, feeding livestock, training livestock, and, man, the sacrifices we make along the way, that it's and I just told one of my former students this a few hours ago, because we talked after I got done today, and he'd watched some. He was supposed to be with me here last year, and those guys were so excited because we were going to go to Houston. We were going to double back and stop at OYE, and they had spring break, so they weren't going to miss much school. And I just told him, I said, it's not that I want to please people anymore, because that's an impossible task as a judge, right?
You're absolutely right.
But I want to give the best I can to those kids every time they walk in, and I want it to be an experience that they're really excited about. And so then I get fired up about it. And I think the minute as show judges that we don't, probably need to stay home.
Amen on that.
Because it is such an awesome experience, and this one's just pretty unique. We're right in the middle of what I think is some of the best lamb country in the world, and there's great states out there, but a lot of those sheep feed into this state too. And this time of year, why does this one stand out to a guy from Illinois? Because right now it's nasty cold and everything's babies, and you come down here and there's still show sheep and there's still show cattle, and from a market perspective, it's so unique. Mm-hmm. We have good breeding livestock, but this time of year, nothing in terms of market, nothing to even practice on with the judging team. So this is a fun area to be in. It's a special area to be in.
Did the past couple days live up to your bucket list?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know you guys were over here, so you weren't that far, I guess. But yeah, absolutely. The depth. I'm not going to say anything about what's going to happen here in a little bit. I'm really,
that's just rude. That's why we brought you on here, was to give away the secrets. Okay, thanks.
I'm really excited about the set that's coming out. I am. I can't wait to see them together. And I'm glad I'm getting to wait because, one of the things when I did Tulsa a few years ago, we had to turn those in at lunchtime, and or when I got done that day. And man, I just want to see them back in their element together. I tend to go a little faster than some judges. I think anyway. Maybe not. Feels like it. I had time to go get a shower and put a different shirt on. So,
there you go.
But feeders, the feeders, they're targeting this time of night, not noon. So if you roll some of those sheep out from yesterday at noon, I don't know that they look as good as they're going to look when we get them out here together tonight. And in fairness, I would rather get that chance to that one moment when they're totally prepared. And the hype would be a lot of head, a lot of good showmen. And when you have good showmen, you get the looks you want. And you guys know that. You've judged enough of these. When those kids come out and they put one together, and you don't have to wait, and you don't have to come back 3 times to see, I thought that one was really good when it came in, but maybe not. And tonight, they'll be there, right?
Oh, yeah.
And when you get that as a judge, we all work on showmanship. I don't know if any of us really, for the record, love judging showmanship. But we all work on it, and we work on it. But I don't think students fully appreciate for a judge, when you're at that level, when you can bring them and put them together right away, you make our job, honestly, so much easier, and it's so much more fun to not have to come back. And I'm willing to. I'll help a kid tail a sheep in. I don't have a problem with doing that. I tried to do that this week. But boy, oh boy, when they can get them just stuck right away, it's nice. And I will compliment Oklahoma. I've done the commercial use show twice here and then showmanship twice. And it's almost the most impossible thing I've ever judged. Judging this was easier than judging the showmanship because I know what I like here. And showmanship, you go 12 deep, and every kid has a little something that they just really, really are good at, or something you maybe change, and it's all opinion anyway. So, compliments to the students because they were ready to roll. And plus, neat thing about this show, it's so late in the year. At least most of these sheep have been out.
Right.
And they've been exhibited, and they're used to it, Judging a little jackpot show in May in Illinois, I feel sorry for the judges because that's not going to be one of the things that's really... And the kids will work hard, but those sheep aren't broke. The goats certainly aren't broke.
Absolutely.
Most of them,
So you're not going to give us any hints.
But are you trying to tell us you do not know which one you're going to select tonight?
That's a pretty good idea. I will tell you this, because I think if somebody was watching yesterday, that class of naturals, and that is not a hint towards my champion, I'm honestly meaning that. I want to see them together. But that class of naturals was so darn deep. It was just amazing how deep that was. You don't want to feel guilty, but I kind of felt guilty. I was like, gosh darn, there's sheep in 7th, 8th, 9th that are just... They probably left home with the aspirations of being champion natural at OIE. And they told me there was an extra class of naturals yesterday compared to normal. So apparently I'm a blue sheep guy.
I am.
Yeah.
I'll admit it.
Yeah.
People in Texas don't like that, but I am. But
well,
you answered my question because what I was going to ask you was, other than the crossbreds, because we know normally crossbreds are always probably the toughest, what breed was the toughest? I'm assuming by that answer you would say natural.
I don't know if the breed was the toughest, but that class was so deep. And you almost wonder why couldn't you get a couple of these in? Like I remember the class, the 4th place sheep in particular was a little bigger, a little stouter, and I thought to myself at the time, boy, I hope there's another one in class 3. And there was good sheep in class 3, but I was like, I think class 2 was that class was so deep. It's like, boy, I wish you would have brought that sucker in the next class because it was just so deep. And he ends up 4th, and I mean, he could have won, certainly could have won, but in the situation he was in, he almost, I just thought that sheep could have been up a class. And I think that's what's so hard about it. The interesting thing about this is, and Dale knows this because of our background in Illinois, but you take, and like it's 87 to 92, and then we have another class. And we only have 7 head, but we have another class, and we have another class. We walk in here, and they tell me, I don't remember what, 120 to 145 or something. And so the spread is there to do different things. I did think that breed was good. I think you'll like all the breed champions. The Dorper sheep that we start the day with was really neat. The Dorset's real good. Southdown was good. Shops were good. Yeah, Hamps were good. I mean, it was. I kept complimenting them as the day went on because the breed champions, and I like the fact that we still have the breeds. And the whole world doesn't need them. I know Texas does that a little different.
We do it way different.
They have
only
a few,
have
right? They have a few, but I think it gives kids an opportunity tonight to be out here with a few more kids, and I think that's what this is about, isn't it? Opportunities for young people, and somebody tonight is I don't know who because I don't know the kids, and that's been fun for me. But somebody's going to be in here for the first time. I don't know who that is. I don't know if they're a champion or reserve, but I know somebody has to be in the ring tonight for the very first time, and that if you've been a part of this before, that image will never leave them, and that gets me excited. Right?
That is exciting, Craig. And Ryan and I decided to do this live broadcast here during the Grand Dive to showcase just how amazing this is, the impact that this is going to have on kids' lives. Lifelong. It really is.
And I never think about what I'm going to say before I get in there with the mic, which is dangerous. I hope that I'm able to articulate in an intelligent way the moment for them. And, there's kids that'll probably be there. This will be the third, fourth, fifth time. I don't know. But for others, it's not. And it should be special every time because those hours, again, back to how much time people put into this and the effort and the sacrifice. Honestly, that's a word that probably needs to surface more often. And you guys have been a part of the livestock industry. You've done it. You've been in the barn late at nights, early in the mornings. My wife and son, they sacrificed like crazy for me to come do this. My brother, who, we talk about every day, but he actually called me and told me to get on the road the other day. He said, "What are you still doing home?" And I said, "Well, I'm bedding pins. I'm setting up another creep pen. I put some tags in to make sure I recognized everybody when I got back home." And I spent extra hours, but that's the sacrifice, my family makes is, they're 2.5, 3 hours of chores right now that they're not used to having to shoulder that responsibility so I can come do something fun. And I appreciate them for that. And every family here has some story that's similar, a parent, a friend, a family member, a neighbor, somebody that gives for this to happen.
And I think a lot of us involved in the industry understand it. We live it. I can give a shout out to my youngest son, Chase. His birthday was yesterday. Where was his dad at?
Yeah.
OYE. It is. I think, Craig, I really appreciate that, just focusing on sacrifice. And a lot of times you don't think of it as a judge. We're honored to go judge a show.
Oh, yeah. But
those that waiting at home, your wife, your son, they're both picking up the slack for you.
Well, and Dale, one of my best friends, Brad Angus, we've talked about this so much, and his boys were 4 or 5 years ahead. The youngest, Nick's 5 years ahead of Cade, and we chased baseball in the summertime, and he did that. And, I've looked to him for advice as a dad. And, do you keep judging? Do you take a break? He was in Texas just a couple days ago judging, so he's not taking a break. And it's such an honor to get asked that you want to give back to the moment, and you want to give back to the kids. And, I'm getting ready to call a lady tomorrow on the way home and turn down a show that's coming up because we're hosting a baseball tournament that weekend. We've got a jackpot show that weekend. This many months out, I'm not sure which sacrifice we'll make, but there'll be one. And I don't think I need to miss both, right? And I hope that, one thing that I thought about coming into this show, and I think a lot of people don't realize it, and to the crew that worked the ring, Dr. Fitch, and he's not getting around as good as he once did, too many hours of basketball and knees are bothering him, but it's a grind out there. Dr. Rusk, that guy's got stamina because we walked a lot of miles, and he was right there, and Randy and Darren and that crew in the ring. It takes a lot of effort from a lot of people, and I know how tired I am. I know those guys are just as exhausted, and they've been here longer this week. They felt 4 days. And I hope that's one thing that as people involved in the industry, man, I hope that, and I know judges do a good job, but it's easy to look at all the things that go wrong with shows, and it's hard sometimes to realize how much work behind the scenes is making it the right way. And as judges, we appreciate it, but I hope that all these families can leave here, win or lose, and say, you know what? The fact that our kids get to participate in such a great event, and there's that many people that work at it hard, man, that's what makes this thing awesome. So, and again, how you, in the moment, sometimes I think we lose sight of some of that. It's easy to see, well, that was wrong, or, but, the good outweighs the bad by such a margin.
Most thankless job in the livestock industry is that of a show manager or a volunteer, and you hear all the griping and complaining, and you don't get many of the thank yous.
No, and it is. I understand why people get tired after a while. Superintendents, man, they go through a lot, but it's good, and when their heart's in the right place, it's a great opportunity to give back to youth, and the projects that helped us all get to where we're at. And it's different for all of it. I mean, the three of us grew up in different situations and showed some different species. And yeah, here we are. And you guys are doing this because you love the livestock industry. If we could get Dale to put on your
headphones,
yeah, that would be.
We're working on that.
That would be good.
I was just hoping for something other than a white shirt. Obviously,
I went to a blue vest, Brian. Blue vest.
Yes,
black.
yes. Well, there you go. Baby steps, folks. Baby steps. That's all I can say. But we thank you for joining us, and
it's great.
I got to watch a lot of it today. Did an awesome job.
Thank you. I
and
appreciate it.
We look forward to seeing your
had
drive.
Fun. So you guys keep up the good work and have fun tonight. I'm glad you're here to celebrate this, and I think it was a great decision.
Thank you.
Thank
it
you,
was
Craig.
mine, as always.
You did well. I think Dale's happy to be here too. Trust
Absolutely, it's a good night. Well,
Guys,
Craig,
I
good luck
appreciate it.
out there. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Good luck tonight.
Ryan, he didn't give up who he's going to use tonight.
I know, that's just rude.
I thought that's why people.
I
were
thought
gonna tune in.
that's why we were having him here. And this is your friend. You were supposed to coach him
I talked
and
to
tell him that he's supposed to give away the answer.
We discussed this beforehand, and I thought I made it clear.
As always, Dale fails again.
I did not get that worked out.
You did not.
I think we'd probably lose some of the crowd if they were watching.
He is
by
the
any
best
chance.
looking judge here. I'm not going to
so?
lie about that. There's no
You
doubt.
evaluated all the judges.
I'm just telling you, that's a good looking man.
It's a good thing he's not here to hear this right now.
Just saying.
We have, I believe, coming up next, Tyler's going to join us, Norvell, to discuss a little bit more about what's been going on basically the past year.
And as we go throughout this, they're going to have a scholarship presentation and all this other stuff. And so when they're talking, we're not going to try to fight over them. So there will be some dead time and stuff like that. And I don't know, I'll put bunny ears on Dale or something. But
I can trade microphones and headphones.
Anyhow, so when they are doing those scholarship presentations and stuff like that, there's no use in talking over them. But I don't know when Tyler's going to be here, but Tyler Norvell is the one that runs OYE. He does a fabulous job. He's been here many years, and his commitment to making this show just as grand as it can be, and he just continues to improve it every single year. And it's not just him. He's got a whole staff that they're all very committed to the cause and to the youth of Oklahoma. And as I've said on the podcast and Dale said before, the one thing, with COVID and all this that started here last year, I was sitting in this auditorium last year when they had to cancel the market show. And what Oklahoma and what OYE specifically has done better than anyone else is they've canceled less and they've created more opportunities for, as I said, not just the youth of Oklahoma, but with Cattlemen's Congress and California Youth Expo and all these other shows that they've helped put on together. They've created opportunities for every kid in the junior livestock show industry to show.
And it's not just the other shows they put on. I know that Ryan and I had actually put some of the shows that we're trying to make sure they could go in touch with Tyler and guide each other, at least communicate what did you do, what type of protocols did you present to that health department. I think the industry as a group of shows came together extremely well. When I look back on this past year, Ryan, and think about what the world has gone through, not just our country, not just the livestock industry, but what the world has gone through, if we stop and look at our little segment here in the stock show world, we probably in many states had as many or more shows. We had new ones start up that are going to continue, we hope. That creates more competition, more opportunities. We get these kids out more. Think about all the hours we put in that barn to go to 1 or 2 shows. You're a little more privileged in Texas, obviously, that you can find a show about every weekend. But Craig and I, if we want to take our kids to a show, there's only certain times of the year in the Midwest that we can actually get that done. And that's changed a little bit. It's gotten better, and it's going to continue to get better.
And, change is inevitable. And when this hit, we had to make changes, and we had to evolve, and we have in all areas. And again, not just in junior livestock shows, but in all areas of our life. But like we've said, the more shows that are out there that are beneficial to these kids, the better off we are, because the more places they can get out in the ring and display their talents and skills, the better off we all are.
And Ryan, I can put it in a little more perspective that you'll appreciate.
Oh, my.
Are you ready for this? Just under a year ago, I should have wore that Tyvek suit that I wore to the airport here.
Yes.
That would have put everything in perspective.
That would have been great.
Before we knew whether COVID was going to wipe us out or what it was going to do, and thank God we're moving through it.
Actually, sir, last year I was here and you were not, and you were telling me that I needed to go lock myself up on a compound somewhere and run hide. The end of the world was here.
I did have that discussion with your mother, by the way.
Yes.
I hope that went over well.
She's always never alarmed at anything, so that was great.
So we set the fire alarm when we got it going.
Right. Yeah.
And for those of you that aren't aware, Ryan, you did stay here and sort those hogs late at night to get the hogs pushed through. And we can think back to Houston. They condensed last year to get at least I know they got the lambs and goats pushed through.
They got the lambs and goats done. We didn't get to have a bear or a steer show, or any junior heifer show, but we got some stuff done. But the good thing is Houston's going to conclude in the next 2 days. Everything junior-wise got to show. Austin's going on right now, so we've we had a little bumpy ride right there at the start of 2021 with Denver and Fort Worth not being able to make it, but we've kind of come through on the rest of it. And so San Antonio, Angelo, and again, they all do amazing things to make these opportunities happen for those kids. But San Antonio and Angelo, with snow apocalypse and everything that hit right then, it was not easy.
So come on in, grab a seat, and get ready. We've got a lot of money to hand out. We're glad that you guys are here to see.
I hear the announcer. It looks like they're going to give out some scholarships here pretty quick.
And while they're getting ready for that, Ryan, and we're talking about what some of these stock shows have done, and I don't know that those across the country are aware of it, and I think some of the Texas majors may have done it as well. OYE last year, when they shut down those senior kids, they gave them an extra year.
They did.
I had a family, a young lady that's one of our best families, a dedicated showman. She was able to go back in the ring this year. She wasn't able to last year, and just providing that opportunity. I don't know how many seniors were able to take advantage of it. Not everybody's going to be able to. You kind of plan for that last year, and whether it's budget or college or whatever it may be, but there's darn sure some of them that took advantage of it, and it's a big deal to them. And I extend a sincere thank you to this crew for doing so.
I think that's the thing, just having the opportunity that they could, whether they got to take advantage of it or not, but they were allowed to. That says so much about OYE and the people that run and organize this show, that they wanted to make sure that all those senior kids that were deprived of showing their market animals here last year got another chance. And so whether the kids did it or not, they were allowed that opportunity and that chance to come back. And so that just shows you the heart of OYE, in my opinion.
And I think as we look back on it, and Ryan and I have discussed this before, when we go to these shows right now, we're not taking things for granted. We'll go there and maybe we're complaining about what pin we get or this or that. We're just darn happy to have the show. And for those of you listening out there, you stock show families, let's keep that in mind. Ryan and Craig talked about the thankless job these show managers have. Guys, it's not always going to be perfect. It just isn't. But let's make it the best we can. And if we can change and help as show families and exhibitors and let a little inconvenience not be a big deal, it's going to continue to get better, and there's going to be more people willing to put on shows. Ryan, I remember you judging in a sleet or hailstorm in Colorado early on.
That was the very first weekend after everything hit, and we had a show under 2 tents in a guy's backyard. There was kids from 12 states. There was like 1,200 head. And on the second day, I was finishing up the lamb and goat show, and literally a snow, hail, sleet. Oh, it was But, and you know what? Nobody cared.
No, it's
We
fine.
were just
They-
happy.
They were
happy to be
thrilled to
showing.
be there.
I
And the-
mean,
and the
we
fact-
got electrocuted. It was fine. We were dying. We were going to die doing what we love. So
Now, you know, there is one little obstacle that we're still trying to overcome.
what?
Your brother, Joe Biden.
Oh, Lord.
Joe says we can have barbecues on the 4th of July.
Yes, I know. Him and Fauci.
Yes.
So all I'm saying is, if we can barbecue on 4th of July, we're going to State Fair in August. That's kind of my.
You would assume that was going to happen.
That's what I think. But
And most of the state fairs, I think, are full swing going forward. I think we're good, guys. I think it's going the right direction. Let's hope we have fewer and fewer problems with COVID and fewer deaths, and we want it all to go the right direction. It sure looks like it's going that way, and I want to keep it going that way. And when we have some of the states such as Texas and Mississippi and others that are opening up, and Oklahoma, I think, has opened up quite a bit for us here. It's a taste of normality.
I'm not sure how much Oklahoma really ever closed, but
Good point.
But Joe's fixed COVID, so there's no reason
He
why
did.
we can't.
I heard that he took care of getting the vaccine.
Everything. He fixed it all.
He got them distributed.
Oh.
He advanced herd immunity.
And then we will not talk about anything else politics tonight, but I do want to say your brother Cuomo's in deep trouble.
He is not. It's not going well.
It's not going well.
No, do you remember
I
what
think you
was
might need to call him and talk to him and say, the jig is up.
Help me out real quick. What award did he receive?
I don't even. Oh,
Some.
Well, we would like to officially welcome
Humanitarian of the
everyone
Year,
to
something
I don't know.
the
Actor of the
2021
Year, I saw.
installment, the 106th edition of the Oklahoma Youth Expo and our scholarship presentation.
So I think we're going to cut over here to watch the kids get their scholarships, because we're not going to talk over them, and then we'll be back right before the grand drive. But probably not going to have a whole lot of audio here for the next little bit. But we will focus in on watching these kids get their scholarships.
Every child should be given a choice. For all. Because it's what you do in the dark that puts the light.
So, folks, for those of you can hear us, we're about to get started with the OYE 2021 Grand Drive. The smoke's going up and the lights are down and dim, and you are fixing to see something that's pretty spectacular on a whole lot of levels. And we're just really thankful to be a part of it this year.
Ryan, this is exciting. This is as good as it gets. And again, I want to put a shout out to Walton Webcasting and Kennedy Ventures for allowing us to come in here tonight and present this event to the world, and it is appreciated.
I don't know how many of y'all have watched this before on Walton. They've been webcasting here for a long time, but I promise you it never gets old, and it's never boring. And I think there's some new things they're going to add this year, but all in all, as I said on the podcast last week, this is often tried to been duplicated, but you just can't. This is the original. They started it, and it is the best.
And Ryan, there's nothing against what we see at Houston and San Antonio and Kansas City and all of those. They all do it a little bit different, but this is a true presentation.
So I think after this video, I'm pretty sure, is coming down there at the end of the ring. We'll probably
Well,
see
folks,
that.
that's how we
Oh,
got
here
here
we go.
this championship night. Now, let's welcome all to the greatest show.
And here we are.
This is awesome.
That is the ultimate right there.
Oh, guys. Ryan, can you imagine?
No, I can't.
You should have moved over.
I would have. I tried. I tell you what, I just can't imagine the feeling those kids have right now, riding in that Hummer limousine, getting out here in a minute to be recognized, and most importantly, this is one of the coolest ways to display them. But then they're going to go and compete for the greatest title in Oklahoma industry here, showing for the grand champion, reserve champion, and the bronze medallion at the OYE Livestock Show. If you're from Oklahoma, there is nothing bigger than that right there.
Ryan, I hope those listening and watching on Facebook Live can feel what we're feeling right here. It is exciting, guys. This keeps Oklahoma's youth livestock industry just that much more hungry and passionate to get to that limousine, and every kid out there thinks about it, talks about it. It's an event it's lifelong, guys.
I wonder who the driver is.
You think they got Mr. Beckmeyer in there to drive?
I doubt it, but I wonder who is the driver, because that's probably not the easiest thing. I would never be able to navigate that sucker, I promise.
This would not work with you at all.
No,
this is all bad.
The children would all have been dead around the first corner, probably, if I was the driver.
So we're going to maneuver this around in here. Like we said, it's a monster.
I wonder what the anxiety level is in that little Hummer
think
there.
About their just getting ready to come to a grand drive, let alone getting in this vehicle out there, that what they're feeling, their emotions, their anxiety, their excitement, it's all there. And it's real. And it's real good.
See, probably another good reason that I didn't ever get to move to Oklahoma and do this. If I was that close to my competition at this moment, it probably wouldn't have ended well. I'm just going to be real honest.
No, I can see that. I can only imagine they've got someone holding their animals out there ready to come in, and they're thinking about that. They're thinking about this limo. Wait till you see how these trophies are dropped down and presented, guys. It's going to be good.
And here comes the red carpet right now.
Ryan, you'd have to put more thought into what outfit you're going to wear in that limousine. You maybe want a costume change between the limo ride and the show.
I would definitely have worn something different in there, and then had to change my shirt in the back before the show.
Real quick before you show.
Yep, absolutely.
I get it. I see a lot of white shirts and blue vests out
there.
Well,
that's probably another reason that I didn't ever get to show in Oklahoma, because I think you have to wear 4-H or FFA clothing, and that would have been bad for me.
That doesn't work?
No. But they all look like they're dressed just like you, Dale.
They are dressed very similar to me. I call it very professional.
You have started a new fashion trend. The Dale Hummel look.
Obviously. It's good, isn't it?
Are you ready to meet them on a Thursday night? We'll recognize the grand champion ag mechanics exhibitors in the Elgin FFA chapter. Gavin Hollers, Kate Chanda, Gavin Smalley, and Dylan Preston. Now we'll meet our division champions of the Market Goats. Division 1 champion from Hartshorn 4-H, Chase Sparks. Division 2 from Hollis FFA, Kara Cummins. Elgin 4-H, Division 3, Taylor Glover. And Division 4 from Carnegie FFA, Addison Schneeberger. Your breed champion Market Land Exhibitors and champion Hare from Canadian County 4-H, Kenna Gay. Your champion Southdown from Kingfisher FFA, Colton Burns. Champion Shropshire from Canadian 4-H, Kenley Pruitt. Champion Dorset from Kingfisher FFA, Braden Burns. Champion Whiteface Crossbred from Sulphur FFA, Kirsten Walk. Champion Natural from Hollis FFA, Rowdy Randall. Champion Hampshire from Canute FFA, Colt Randall. Champion Suffolk from Hobart FFA, Caleb Blevins. Champion Crossbred from Canute 4-H, Mabry Hooper. Covington 4-H with a champion spot, Anna Frank. Champion Chester Weight from Laverne FFA, Kylan Camp. Champion Hampshire from Perkins Trine FFA, Hayden Cunda. Champion Hereford from Morris FFA, Zane Clark. Champion Yorkshire from Fort Gibson 4-H, Caitlin Waddle. Champion Crossbred from Guthrie FFA, Steven Sanders. Breed champion Marcus Steers, champion Angus, Tillman County 4-H, Claire Collins. Champion Charway from Ripley 4-H, Kelton Arthur. Champion Canada from Medill 4-H, Green Scasta. Champion Hereford from Ripley 4-H, Kennedy Arthur. Champion Limousine Timberlake 4-H, Striker Worman. Champion Main Anjou, Bristow FFA, Ruby Bell. Champion Shorthorn, Weatherford FFA, Audrey Grauman. Champion Simmental from Newcastle 4-H, Sadie Wynn. Champion AOB, El Reno 4-H, Mason Shout. And last but certainly not least, your champion crossbred from Muldrow 4-H, Carly Clark.
It's a whole bunch of excited kids right there, ladies and gentlemen. I liked how they all kind of put their own spin on their little red carpet walk.
I can only imagine what direction you take that.
I would have done cartwheels and a round off.
I don't. Could you do that?
Oh, yes, sir.
Still.
Yes, sir. Do it right outside in this parking lot if you want to watch.
I'm not confident that can be done.
I can. I promise you.
What did your mother think of that when you were younger?
Sheree didn't like anything I did pretty much, but I made a deal with all the kids that showed for me. If they ever won grand overall at a major show, I would do 2 cartwheels and a round off every time, and I pulled it off every single time.
I'm not even sure what a round off is.
Google it, Dale. Google it.
Okay.
And here come the trophies dropping from the ceiling. To the victors go the spoils. When we started here a week ago, 25,000 animals and over 7,000 exhibitors with one dream in mind, that to become the penultimate of our industry, an OYE Grand Champion. 36 stand here today with that dream still within reach. What do you say, Oklahoma? Let's meet the champions.
As these trophies are dropping down, I can only imagine you might grab more than one.
I'll just snatch the big one and run. So we've had smoke, we've had fireworks, we've had trophies dropped from the ceiling.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your last opportunity as we send them to get their animals. One more time, let's wish them all the best of luck on this championship night.
We've had a red carpet, we've had a Hummer, limo. I don't know. I mean, like,
Ryan, we could just talk about your wardrobe and
my wardrobe. You want to talk about my wardrobe?
Guys, just for the record here. A couple days ago, I left for OYE to come out here and help some families out. And I
missed his son's birthday.
I missed my son's birthday, Chase. I
Daddy
apologize.
of the year over here.
Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome.
So pretty hectic getting ready to leave.
When he has to have counseling, I hope you feel bad.
We're kitting out a bunch of goats. We've got a lot of things going on. So we go to leave, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And I realize about that time when I'm throwing some clothes together that I did not get to the dry cleaners to get a shirt. So I think, well, Ryan, he packs lots of clothes. We'll be okay. Shoot him a text, Ryan. You got an extra shirt.
Dale, I always have 30 extra shirts with me, probably at one time. I don't think you would have worn anything in my closet.
I would have gave it a try.
Hey,
look
here we go. Sit down here, sir. This is the grand champion, OYE 2021 Barrow exhibitor, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Steven Sanders.
Awesome. Tell us about your pig, Steven.
Well, this is a pig from Nate Warner. Really good, his whole career. I mean, we went to a few places, won a few breeds, but never anything like this. He was consistent throughout his career, but this was a good surprise, I guess you could say. And he really bloomed here in this last week or two of being on show feed, and we're extremely grateful. We're happy, super happy.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 15, sophomore in high school.
Sophomore in high school. And where are you from?
Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Guthrie, Oklahoma. So, do you feed a lot of hogs each year?
Yes, sir. We feed quite a few hogs. Yeah, I won't go in on numbers necessarily,
but enough to keep you busy.
Yeah, we feed definitely enough to keep us busy.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been showing?
Well, I've been showing cattle for a little bit longer, but I've been showing pigs specifically since my 7th grade year.
Awesome.
And right now, you're a pretty big fan of showing pigs, aren't you?
I'm a pretty big fan of showing pigs.
This is monumental. We couldn't see the hogs very well from over here, but I'll tell you what, Brian Arnold sorted through 1,400. Ryan, how many was there?
I didn't hear the numbers.
I guess they didn't give it. It was a huge number of hogs.
Yes, sir.
And to come out on top of that thing, I don't know how you can even absorb it. It's huge.
It is. It's the greatest show in the world for anyone listening anywhere except for Oklahoma. We're extremely grateful to have the OIE here. And there's other good shows, obviously, but there's nothing like it.
And how many more years can you show here? Is it your senior and you're out? Is it
he's a sophomore, so he's got 2 more.
Yeah,
2 more
got
years.
2 more. Yes, sir.
Well, that's exciting. Maybe we can come back in cattle ring and get it done. What do you think?
Well, that'd be great.
Did you get a chance to see the steer show at all?
The steer show, I did not.
He was probably a little busy showing his crossbred hog.
Maybe. I thought maybe you could see the champion driver, a few of the champions. They were impressive.
Yeah.
Ryan and I were pretty excited. We didn't get to watch much of the lamb show when they came out here. We didn't get to see much of the hog show, but the good ones made it out.
Yes, sir.
No question.
So my last question for you, sir, is how hard is it going to be for you to be able to sleep tonight?
Well, that's an interesting question. I don't know. I don't know how much sleeping there will be going on tonight.
Exactly. That's what I was figuring. As tired as you probably are from being here all week and giving your heart out, I bet it's hard for you to go to sleep knowing that what happened to your night. And, again, our congratulations. Good luck in the sale tomorrow.
Thank
and
you
good
very
luck
much.
in everything you do down the road. I'm sure we'll see you again. But awesome way to end out the OYE 2021 with the Grand Champion Barrow, sir.
Thank you very much.
And I have
appreciate
one
you
last
guys.
question, Ryan. When you loaded up, I mean, everybody loads up, and you had a little success with the barrow out there earlier. When you're thinking about coming to OYE and you're getting in that truck and you're driving here, did you think this could happen?
Yeah.
Was it there? That's your vision. This is it.
Well, from a practicality standpoint, there's obviously a lot of hogs here, and it's a tough show, very very tough show. But I'm kind of a guy who doesn't like second place. I envisioned and I did everything in my power to make sure that this would be a reality.
Absolutely.
You know he gave you a loaded question.
I did.
And that's just rude.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
If you don't believe you're going to win when you load up in the truck, you might as well stay at home.
I knew what the answer was going to be.
Yeah.
That is a good answer.
Loaded question. You are not conceited. We're glad you came here to win. Had that drive about you. Don't listen to Dale.
It's more about the fact that he knows how much work and effort he put into that, and he's worked as hard as anybody out there.
It's past
And
his bedtime.
We've got a good shot at this.
It's past his bedtime.
Thank you very
sir.
much.
Good
Congratulations.
luck.
Hope everything goes well.
I want to say one thing. I've walked a lot of pigs for a lot of hours listening to your guys' podcast.
Oh, well, thank you. And I
fun.
apologize for you having to listen to Dale.
Thank you, Ryan.
Just
Thank
listen
you.
to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You'll be fine, but we're glad that you're a listener and glad that you won. And again, good luck in the sale
All right,
tomorrow.
thank you very much.
Good luck in the next few years.
Thank you. I appreciate that, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Ryan, that's a good young man.
That is a good kid right there.
We did well there, didn't we?
Yes.
You think Brian Arnold knew how good the kid was behind the hog?
I don't know. I don't think you can judge that, sir. I mean, I don't think there was many bad kids that went through the hog
No,
ring.
I don't
Dale.
think there were any, but I'm
I'm pretty sure none of them had on ankle bracelets or, got released from juvie to come show their pig at the OYE show.
You don't think?
Now,
They were not as colorfully dressed as you are.
again, they have a wardrobe. They have a uniform. You have to have like an FFA shirt or a 4-H jacket or something. I don't know the exact rules.
I don't either, but it seems to be one or the other. They have in California what they call the independents. You ever run into those? They're not FFA. They're not 4-H.
Oh, no, I didn't know about that.
They wear, I think at the state fair, they used to wear I thought a different color vest maybe. But it's an all-opportunity event.
And we are back Facebook Live, and with us right here, we have a very excited young lady who just exhibited the Grand Champion Weather Goat at the OYE 2021. Young lady, what is your name?
I'm Addison Snaberger.
And where are you from, girl?
I'm from Carnegie.
Carnegie. So give me the 411 on the Grand Goat. Tell me everything.
Well, it was very exciting because we home raised him in our goat operation, and I've had him since the very first beginning of quarantine, and so that's what I did during the whole summer, and it gave me a lot of motivation to do good since we raised him. And his name's Ted.
Ted.
Yes.
Ted looked good out there.
Ted did look good. That is an awesome accomplishment that you have a bred and own go all the way to the top.
It was crazy.
Young lady, you
Yes.
know how rare that is.
That's very rare. Yes.
And I mean, you need to be super
You
proud
are
of
the
that.
unicorn.
Oh, thank you.
That is awesome. And the fact that you were in quarantine, obviously, I mean, I'm assuming, did you, last spring, were you able to go to school live or no?
No, I did lots of online school at my house.
Okay. So you had all kinds of time to get out there and work with Ted.
Yep, we did. It was a lot of fun. I liked being home, honestly.
Do you only show goats?
Yes, I do show goats.
That's
only.
it? No, okay.
Yep.
Do you feed a lot of them each year? Or enough to keep you busy, I assume?
Enough to keep us busy, 5 or 6, but this year we limited it to just a couple. And
Focused on those. It worked, young lady.
Yeah.
Evidently, you
absolutely
focused
worked.
on the right one because Ted won.
yes,
and
Ted did win.
And we talked about this earlier, Ryan and I get to obviously see a lot of goat shows around the country.
Yes.
Young lady, it's hard for me to explain to you just how competitive this show is and how major of an accomplishment this is. You could go to any show in the country with that goat and you're going to get along. And that's huge. You need to be so proud.
I'm very proud, and I think my whole family's proud too.
They
so.
should be. They
So,
should be.
Besides being proud about you and Ted and showing goats, what else do we do in life?
I show
Softball?
goats. I play softball.
What position?
I play pitcher and left field.
So if I had a softball here, you could knock Dale out on the head?
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
You could do that for me.
If you wanted me to.
Yes! We will remember this for the future.
We're going to bring her on again, aren't we?
What grade are you in school?
8th grade.
8th grade. So you got
Yes.
4 more years.
Yes, I do.
So you're going to be back in the goat ring at OYE trying to accomplish Ted number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to have a
Definitely.
repeat next year?
You got to
We
try.
hope,
Gotta
but
try.
we got to try.
Got to
You have some babies on the ground right now?
We're actually kidding out does right now. That's what my brothers have been doing at home all week for us.
That's awful nice of them to stay home to do that. But this means this worked. They
Yes.
stayed home. You got here. You got the job done.
Absolutely. Well, again, that is winning any stock show is a big deal. Winning OYE is a huge deal.
Yes.
And the fact that you bred and raised that one, I mean, that's just like, again, you're the unicorn. You're the unicorn of OYE 2021 right here.
Thank you so much.
So, congratulations. Good luck in the sale.
Thanks.
And we'll be seeing you here because you got 4 more years, girl.
I do. I
hope-
appreciate it.
We
Go
hope
celebrate
to be back
big.
and be able to interview you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ryan, that's a genuine young lady. It just keeps
how
coming,
about
doesn't it?
that?
Raise that goat.
Raise that goat.
I am in. That is a big deal.
I mean, wow.
And we talked about how tough this is.
We wrote checks for my stuff.
We just wrote checks.
We just wrote checks.
Were they very big?
A lot of them were big, yeah.
They're big
Yeah,
checks.
They were big checks.
Sometimes they worked out, though.
Well, when we started showing heifers, we raised a couple that I showed, and then we had whatever. But no, for the steers and the goats, yeah, big checks. Pretty much.
A big check.
Big checks, so. I bet you don't know this, but I've known your dad a long, long time.
Bet you don't know this. I listen to your podcast every night.
Really? I liked you better than your daddy.
Okay, welcome back. We have with us Ryan,
The grand champion steer exhibitor of OYE 2021. Young man, are you excited?
Oh, yeah, I'm pumped. My name's Rains Guest, and I'm from Madill, Oklahoma.
Tell us all about your steer.
My steer is out of an In God We Trust, and whenever he's kind of freaky, he moves around a lot. He gets real excited, kind of like me. We match really good. And but out there, whenever I show, I always have to have this thing on the end of my stick to scratch on the front of his shoulder, right on the back of his back, because that's his sweet spot where he likes it. And if he gets going, he won't settle down. So I always have to do that every once in a while. And he's real good haired, real sound, good hipped, and good boned.
So what was his name?
His name was Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
All right. So where did you get Brian?
From the lead singer of Kiss, I think, maybe?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. There you go. So how long have you been showing, sir?
I've been showing, I started showing steers this year, but I've showed since I was 10.
Okay. All right. And what else do you show?
I just show cattle.
Just cattle, steers, and heifers?
Yes.
Right.
So when you got this to your home and started working with him, do you think he could have? Did you have the dreams that he's going to get this far?
We knew he was good and sound enough, and we just didn't know if he would have that to go through. And he was good haired, and we knew he had all good parts, but we didn't know if he would be this good.
He fed into it well, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he changed.
He has
changed.
the umph.
He does have the ump. His hair turned out good. Everything
it was a cool
good.
color out there.
Oh yeah, real cool color. About to where he's almost a smoke, but he's not.
It's got a little brindle up top.
Yep.
I mean, it's stood out
bit.
up there, and you did a good job with him. The calf was stout.
Yes, the calf was real
big time
stout.
So what else do you do besides show cattle?
I play select baseball and
What
actually
position?
Catcher, and actually I'm flying to Houston tomorrow night.
Oh, after the sale?
Yeah, to play baseball.
Cool.
Yeah,
You're busy.
I'm real busy.
Let's hope
Busy.
you have a great sale and then you get down there and play some baseball.
If Dad said since I won, he may ump it up to first class.
I love it.
That sounds just about like your dad right there.
Yep.
But,
Now Ryan, he doesn't fly anything but first class. He just won't go back.
You
to
don't?
the real
man.
I don't even. I get to walk past first class. That's what you usually do. You get to walk past. it?
When this young man was here earlier before we got on, he said he listened to the podcast and said, we know not to listen to Dale. Just
Only listen
to
to
me.
Ryan.
About
Yep.
all he talks about is aliens
Exactly.
in China.
I love this kid right here.
and
You
China
think,
China.
You think those aliens might save our ass?
They may.
That
Who
something's
knows?
going to have to.
Something will have to.
Oh, my. This is how
This
you
is a good kid.
influence
This is
the
a
children
good
of
kid.
America right here. But
Do you think Bigfoot exists?
No.
I don't either. I kind of wish he did. He probably doesn't.
But, sir, when he announced that you were going to be the grand champion, what went through your mind?
Just tears. Tears just hit my
I saw
face,
you
and I
crying.
just got.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But congratulations. Good luck in the sale.
Thank
You're
you.
young, so you got a lot of years left. Keep up the good work, my man.
Hope to win it again.
Absolutely.
Young man, I'm going to go
Yep.
on the record right now, Ryan, that if we're here every year, we're going to see this one again.
I know. He comes from a long line of successful cattle showmen, so his future is bright, I promise you.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
All
You
right.
make sure your dad gets you that first class ticket.
I will.
Good luck, son.
See y'all.
Ryan, we're loaded with good ones here. Wow. They
That
can
kid's
speak,
got
they're
personality,
fun.
but to live with his daddy, he would have to.
He's doing whatever they're doing, they're raising that young man
that's
right.
exactly right.
He
He was
likes
excited,
talking
and
about
that
aliens.
was when he won. I saw that he was brought to tears, and I thought,
You just know that what he's put into that, and wow. Wow, wow, wow.
great interview. Maybe we'll get one more for you. Signing out for now. All right, so finally, we have the Grand Champion Sheep Exhibitor 2021 OYE. Young man, what's your name?
Cole Randall,
And where are you from?
Canute, Oklahoma.
Canute, Oklahoma. Are you excited to have the Grand Champion Sheep show? You ready for that big payday tomorrow?
I am.
You are? Mother big money. That's your friend, right? All right, so tell me a little bit about your sheep. Where do you come from?
He's a unicorn from High Island. He's always been around the barn. He's the barn favorite between the two twins, but from Victoria and Cooper Nichols, and then the youngest daughter JC from Ty and Nicole Allen. But I mean, he's probably the calmest and the best lamb I've ever owned.
I think it's probably have to be the best one unless you've owned one
he-
OYE a
he's
couple of
also-
times that I don't know about.
He's also the best one I've ever owned.
Well, that's awesome. How old are you?
I'm 18.
This is it. Senior
I
year?
got one
You got one more year. So you're an older junior. So you got one more year left. What do we do besides? Do we just show sheep?
Yeah.
Okay. What else do? Sports, anything like that?
I played baseball, basketball, and I'm in the FFA.
So yeah, he plays a lot of sports. That probably comes in handy with the sheep showing. He's going to be athletic and all that good stuff. But so we're going to bring back sheep next year, try to duplicate this. I'm assuming.
I really hope.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again. Sheep look killer out there. You're going to have a great day tomorrow. Try to get some sleep. I know it's going to be tough, but try to get some sleep. And congratulations. Good luck tomorrow.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Be safe.